Legendary goalie Johnny Bower probably never expected to set eyes on them again. He last saw his old hockey pads more than 40 years ago, tending net for the Leafs. But this week brought about a happy reunion. John Lancaster has the story.
This is my 61-62 Stanley Cup, John.
Johnny Bower backstopped the Toronto Maple Leafs to 4 Stanley Cups in the 1960s.
Well, there's no 5-hole there? Okay, great.
But the pads that helped blank his opposition had long since vanished until now.
It's hard to explain to me how much they mean to me, really. Inside, from my heart, I really, I can crack up now talking to you about them. But anyway, it's just great.
Recently, the 87-year-old Bower was signing autographs at a Toronto area mall and was approached by a stranger with a message.
He says, I talked to Timmy Horton. He told me that they were your pads. And he said that I deserve them back.
That stranger is Roger Spivey. He says back in 1968, his mother worked with another Leafs legend, Tim Horton, and one day, Horton had stopped by with a gift.
My mom had mentioned that I had playing hockey and I was going to be playing goal, but I didn't have any goal equipment. So Tim came by and dropped off a set of goal equipment. He says this is Bower's hockey stuff that he's not using anymore.
So for years, Spivey used them, so much so he had to have them restuffed twice. Still, 43 years later, the pads mean the world to Bower.
When I gave them back to him, he was in his glory. It was worth it.
Ned, I told you not to ring this phone.
But the curmudgeonly Leafs owner of the time, Harold Ballard, is probably rolling in his grave right about now. After all, he was rumored to have security guards check Leafs players to make sure they never walked off with even a stick.
I think the statute of limitations is passed.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But now Bower has his pads and the last laugh, admitting tonight he has another special keepsake from his Leafs days. He made off with the jersey he wore the night the Leafs last won the Cup way back in 1967.
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it.
John Lancaster, CBC News, Toronto.